Last year, 6,000 children arrived in the UK on their own, without parents, and claimed asylum at the Home Office in Croydon.
You've got to be brought up in orderly fashion. Those who may be at the front may get pushed aside, end up at the back, and you can't have that. You can't have anything which causes any form of discomfort as they do come into the office. So you've got to keep it under control.
Ticket 126 to the fingerprint room, please. Ticket number 142 to deck 24, please. Ticket 223 to the fingerprint room, please.
70% of these unaccompanied minors are 16 to 18-year-olds and male.
Confirm your age and your name for me, please, by writing them out for me.
Khazro, an Iraqi Kurd, arrived in the UK this morning. He speaks no English.
Your full name, your date of birth, place of birth.
He is claiming to be 17.
Can I ask him how old is he?
17 years old.
Can you just stand up for me, please?
Kahasta.
Okay, I'll say that. I'll say it's borderline. I can't decide either way, so I'll just borderline.
Danish.
Legislation under the Children's Act means that all unaccompanied children must be cared for by local authorities until at least their 18th birthday. Unlike adults, they cannot be detained.
Do you know where you stop?
Ask him to stand straight for me, please.
Stand straight up.
First thing we will do is ask them to stand up. Obviously height and presence, demure has a lot to do with it. But then we get a conversation going. Just basic facts. How did you arrive? Why did you come to the UK?
Did you ask him where his passport is, please?
The Home Office has to assess the age of each asylum seeker claiming to be a child. Of the 500 that are turning up at the asylum screening unit every month, almost half are being challenged on their age.
Okay, can I ask him to stand up for me, please?
Okay. It's appearance only. If there's any doubt, we go with what the age they're saying.
Okay. I think she's a minor.
Okay.
We'll go with her as a minor on this application.
Okay, thank you.
The numbers are increasing steadily, month by month almost.
Okay, how old are you?
16.
16. You are going to dispute his age.
On what grounds?
He agrees that he does look older than he is. He says it's because he was a shepherd. The way he looks and the way that he's actually interacting with the interpreter in the interview, I'm satisfied that he's an adult. Okay? But he says he can provide the evidence, and we'll look at the decision again. We are always looking for potential abuse of the asylum process. Can you explain to him that he looks over 18 to me? They are in their 20s, sometimes 30s, and quite abusive in that respect. It's obvious that they're trying to fool the system.
Khazro, as a new arrival, is photographed and fingerprinted to make sure he hasn't claimed before.
Disrupting intake flows. Obviously, we are keen to try to reduce the numbers of unfounded claims we may be getting from people claiming to be children. What action can we take to address those intake flows?
Is this the correct spelling of your name and the date of birth? Good.
Item 7, policy on 16 and 17-year-olds, and the one about changing legislation. There is still the option to go to ministers and say, I mean, some 16 and 17-year-olds are very well capable of looking after themselves, I'd have thought. Ministers may want at least to consider a change in policy, perhaps just for 17-year-olds, I don't know.
Some children, some young people aged 16 and 17 are still very vulnerable. If the Home Secretary announced for no particular reason that he was just changing this policy, it would be very controversial.
All unaccompanied children over 16 are sent from the screening unit to the children's section at the Refugee Council in Brixton.
I'm up to 138 on the door, but there's no room in the queuing area, so we just get it hold.
Here, children are given practical help in getting support and care. Advice is also given on asylum claims.
157.
Come on.
Khazro says his Kurdish father was murdered by Saddam Hussein supporters, forcing him to flee Iraq.
His first name is Khasrau.
Yes.
When did he arrive in the UK?
Yesterday. He travelled to Turkey by lorry.
Yeah. I'm going to send him to social services. Let's try her again. Good afternoon, Alan. It's Valbona from Children's Section. Alan, I've got a client, a 17-year-old unaccompanied minor, a new arrival, and I wanted to refer on the rota basis.
The Refugee Council refer all unaccompanied children to social services to be assessed and found somewhere to live.
Okay, bye, thank you.
It will be Khazro's first place to stay since he left Iraq 6 weeks ago.
ناو شاعينا كده قاعدين بري الشاع قماش وشتواتي يعني زور كاس هيلو رجع دخين شيء عنده ناخوش يوم مشتاق دبين بس أنا خوش دبين زور كاس هيل ناو شاعيني دخين شيء عن شتي بدجيلي وتسميل وأكمل دقيق.
Social services contract out some of their housing needs to supported accommodation providers. Khazro has been found a house in North London.
I'm going to get what you call a paying-in sheet, where you'll be issued with £22.50 today. So I just need to sign the signature there.
He is also eligible for an allowance of £22.50 a week.
He needs to count it here now because if he doesn't have
Yes, that's right.
Thank you. Now, this is a card with his address on it, in case he does get lost and he can't find his way, so you have hold.
How much that?
So, here, door.
Khazro is put in a shared house with 3 Albanian boys, who, like him, are without their family.
It must be very, very difficult for them, quite scary, I thought, for the first week or two. At the end of the day, they're picked up by a stranger, from strangers, and put into a strange accommodation with other strangers.
Okay, television and things, yeah, in here. Okay, no problem. Wait.
You'll also find with some of the asylum kids, they won't know how to use a cooker, they won't know how to use a washing machine, they won't know how to use a microwave and things like that, and they have to be taught that.
Cook, the fridge, the freezer, yeah, okay, you cook there. You know how to cook? You can cook? Yeah, you good? Yeah, a little. Okay, good. There we are, this is your room. Good? You happy? Yeah? Now, how are you with your money? Have you all your money now? Your money?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you know about sterling, pounds? No? You know how to buy it?
They get £22.50, and that's it. And with that, they have to clothe themselves, eat, feed.
I'll show you the shops, yeah?
A lot of the kids will go out and they don't know what they're doing. They'll buy kebabs and burgers and KFC. Their money's run out in 3 days doing that, and they don't eat for 4 days.
So, here, meat, yeah? Fresh meat, yeah?
You have to teach them how to spend their money wisely.
And here is where you buy your vegetables, yeah?